everyone, Cornelia from Piping Petals. Welcome to my online tutorial for piping a buttercream Lisianthus. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate the technique and discuss the equipment you'll need to pipe an American buttercream Lisianthus on a cupcake. If you would like to know how to prepare the colors used or how to fill your piping bags with multicolored effects, please refer to my Working with Colors online tutorial. Let's get started. The Lisianthus is a beautiful flower. I almost always use the rose as the centerpiece for a cupcake bouquet. But whenever I do the Lisianthus, it is a really difficult choice because the Lisianthus is beautiful, really stunning flower. Quite a difficult one to pipe, which is why I've put it in my advanced course. It's got very sparse petal distribution. So where your rose and your peony and even your carnation, each petal provides support for the next petal. The Lisianthus is not like that. It's really a very sparse petal distribution. So it can be tricky to get right, but keep going because the end result is really worth it. So you're going to need 3 tips for the Lisianthus. I'm using the Ateco 126K, which is your typical petal nozzle with a wide end on the one side and a narrow end on the other side. And it's got a curve, quite a severe curve to it, which gives your outer edge of your petal a bit of a frilly look. We're then going to do the center of your flower with a Wilton 233, which is your grass nozzle. If you don't have that, just snip off the end of a normal piping bag and do 1 stamen at a time. And just around the center, we're going to use the Wilton 74 just for a bit of extra texture in the center. Okay, so let's start. Wrap your bag around your finger, tighten up. So I build my base with the same nozzle. You can use a big round nozzle as well if you feel more comfortable doing that. So to build the base, there's quite a nice big nozzle to build your base actually. I'll just go 1, 2, 3. Whoop. Turn, do it the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just start building a wall around it. For the Lisianthus, it is even more important to have a really strong base. Because of that sparse petal distribution, you want your base to be really strong to support all your petals. I'm just going to build it a bit higher. 1, 2, 3. And put a side around it. You actually use quite a lot of your buttercream already just to build your base. All right, so that's a nice strong base to work from. And we're going to move on to the Wilton 233. Just right in the middle on top of your base, we're just going to make a few stamen. I like to just twist it a little bit and pull like that. And moving on to your Wilton 74. 74's got a flat end of your nozzle. So I like to use the flat end against my already piped stamen, against your base, and just pull up and just literally surround your green with a bit of yellow. Like that. And now we're ready for our petals. So back to your Ateco 126K, wide end of your nozzle towards the bottom, narrow end towards the top. And we're going to start with only 2 petals. So from that side of your base, we're going to go around to the other side, making 1 petal, and then the same on the other side. You'll see I don't pull my nozzle along like I would do with a rose. I go up and down, sort of every time you touch down, you connect your petal to the base. So let me show you. Up, 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 and lift. This will happen a little bit, but that's fine. Wipe your nozzle. So I'm going to start in the gap from the two previous petals, and we're going to go around in a similar fashion, creating a bit of a wave effect in your petal. So just pushing your nozzle in there, and go up, touch down, touch down, touch down, and lift. You see what I mean with a sparse petal distribution? You've got very little support for your petals. Okay, on the other side, up, 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 and lift. Now from this point onwards, you're going to, in a similar fashion to my carnation, I don't go around in a symmetric circle, filling each little petal at a time. I look at my flower and see where I need a petal next. So you can see there's a bit of a gap. I'm going to place a petal there. Up, 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 touch down. We need a petal there, quite clearly. Up, 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 touch down. When you touch down, just gently, you'll see I gently push, because you need something to attach your petals to, because they're so sparse. So I'm just using the previous petal where I can, just to push. As long as your buttercream just touch, it's got somewhere to attach itself to. So the next one, I'm going to start over here. Up, 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 touch down. It's already looking really nice. Remember to take your nozzle up and down a little bit, because by going up, you're creating not only height, but also a bit of a wave effect to your petals. Right, I'm very happy with that already. It's starting to look exactly like Lisianthus. So I'm now going to just drop my nozzle slightly, because if you keeping your nozzle at that level, which I've been working at up until now, you'll naturally have to twist your nozzle, and you're going to get petals that lay very flat on top of each other, which we don't want. So let's just create a bit more strength for our base here. Always remember, you can do this at any point when you feel you need a bit more, or even if you just need more surface space to attach your next petal. Right. Where shall we carry on there? So drop the level. I'm putting my nozzle about halfway down that base now, and go up, up, up. Try to keep your nozzle upright. There's another petal over there. That is beautiful. So I'm going to just cover my cupcake surface with some buttercream. And we're going to just add a final few touches to petals, but you can actually just leave it like that. That is stunning. And that's why I say it is really a competitor for the rose to get center place in a bouquet, because it is really an impressive flower. And to do just a couple more petals and then we're done. Remember as well, if this cupcake is going into a bouquet, you can't carry on too much, because the more I add, the more it's overhanging the sides of the cupcake now, and there's going to be other cakes next to it. So if you are using this in a cupcake bouquet, just remember about that fact, and remember you don't want to add too much, otherwise it's just going to get squashed by the next one in any case. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. There's your Lisianthus. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You can also subscribe to my Blooming Bakes YouTube channel for complimentary videos on how to make the best American buttercream for piping flowers, as well as cupcake recipes and lots more. See you soon.